YouTube, what's going on? We're back with another Throne and Liberty video, and this is actually huge news that I wish happened a little bit sooner. So all of you guys can finally go back to giving this game another shot if your server was overrun by early access players. As you see right here, they are now sending them back to the early access servers. So it says that bug that happened on 10.8. For a brief period of time, players on certain early access servers were able to transfer to full launch servers. And it was a huge problem because massive big guilds that were days ahead, had gear and equipment that we couldn't have, went onto our server, specifically my server as well, and just destroyed it. Like, you couldn't do anything anymore because they were 5 days ahead. That's 5 times the dungeon runs. That's an extra 15 dungeon runs worth of gear. It just was not fair at all, and they were just destroying everyone because obviously they're way ahead. And now those players are going to be getting sent back to the early access servers. It says all early access players who transferred to a full launch server will be transferred back to early access servers upon the next login. So that means today, once this maintenance is done, they're going to be gone. So all those players that transferred just to take advantage of that will be gone from your server. So those of you who quit because you guys couldn't handle those pay-to-win whales that were ruining the game, hopefully now your server is clean. It says for players affected, please check your in-game mail upon logging in or this page for further instructions. Now, other than that, we also have some update news for the patch that's dropping right now as I speak. For the general platforms, all character deletion wait time is now going to be set to 24 hours after the initial deletion of a character. Server transfer cooldowns are now displayed on the server transfer window, and server transfer cooldown time has been increased to 30 days between transfers, and server transfer free ticket promotion has ended. So that means that if you guys change your servers, you're not going to be able to be changing servers for free any longer. Now, something that I'm really glad with in the gameplay section that has changed right here is the dynamic events are improved. In my opinion, the dynamic events weren't really worth my time. I was just getting a couple dusts, so I never really did any of them. So I'm very glad that they're going to be increasing the rewards and hopefully make them more worth everyone's while. They're also going to make guild hunt type contracts can only be initiated once per day for the defeat various monsters one. I guess people were taking advantage of that to level up their guild very quickly. So now people who, actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if those guilds that moved are going to have to start all over and be at a low level again. They're going to get punished pretty hard for that. But anyways, also quests, the terrific trio of Carmen Forest has corrected the maps. That's fine, whatever. Arena players can no longer rejoin completed arena matches. That's nice. Crafting adjusted the crafting material for rare blank lithograph recipes. They're no longer differentiate between epic and precious enchanted ink and simply use enchanted ink as a material. So what does that mean? So that means those little lithographs that I taught you guys how to make, those purple lithographs that you want to make your armors out of, you can now make the rare lithographs. For example, the rings, the necklaces, the weapons even. What you probably don't want to make those ones. But for like the necklaces, there's a really good blue ring that I'm sure will be selling pretty highly on the auction house for the first couple days. Maybe take advantage of that. Now we also got fishing improved, the hook animation, small little quality of life there. A little customization on some character options to keep eyes safely behind the eyelids. Thank you. Tutorial fixed an issue where players could become blocked by logging out during the morph portion of the tutorial. Not really sure what they mean there. Dungeons. A new matchmaking option will allow players to join a randomized dungeon from all available options and more easily fill groups. Players could previously only queue for specific dungeons. It doesn't say anything about increased rewards or anything from that, so I wonder how that's going to work, because if we just get queued into a random dungeon but we don't actually get the reward of the coins that we're looking for, then what's really the point? So I think what they're trying to do is like a Final Fantasy 14 type of system where you just queue for a random dungeon, kind of like your duty roulette, right? But the duty roulette works because they give you a massive EXP bonus, so you want to do that every day. It doesn't really say that we're going to be getting any extra rewards for this. I guess we'll have to find out once we log in tomorrow. Maybe they forgot to mention that. It says increase the bonus HP and damage buff applied when matchmaking dungeon groups from 5 to 10%. Adjusted the matchmaking logic to attempt to form groups of similar power, and party members can no longer be kicked from the party during active boss encounters. That is something that I saw many people complain about, and I'm very grateful that I never actually experienced that myself. What happened here, if you guys aren't keeping up with what's going on, some players would run the whole entire dungeon with the whole entire party, and then right as the boss died, the party leader would just kick everybody. I didn't want to make a video about this. I didn't want to really bring much awareness to this because I didn't want this happening any more than it already was. So I'm really glad that they fixed this before it became any more of a problem. And they fixed all of these problems really fast. I'm very happy with this. Now, we got some localization tips. That's no big deal. Some UI fixes as well. Guild contracts, time to the next contract displays, the party board, various bugs, party board, join requests, a bunch of little UI fixes, control fixes. PC temporarily disabled the ability to attach file uploads in character customization or support requests. So not really anything too out of the ordinary here. Xbox, PlayStation 5 players getting a little bit of love as well with some changes. And that is pretty much it, guys. I'm very surprised. What is this? Are they going to talk about the... they're not going to talk about the... what's it called? The Halloween event? Keep an eye for the news heading belong. Partner proceeds. It doesn't look like they're going to be talking about the... Is this a video talking about... Sorry. Is this a video talking about the Halloween event? I don't think it is. I don't see any skins in here or anything. I wonder when they're going to talk about the Halloween event, Throne and Liberty, Eye of Silezium. Let me go ahead and go through this video real quick, see if there's actually anything in here. I don't know if this is something that's being patched in today, but I know that there's going to be a Halloween event. They said that there will be a Halloween event, but it doesn't look like this is the Halloween event, is it? No, it doesn't look like it. I guess there's no news on a Halloween event. I'm very surprised on that. I thought for sure they would mention the Halloween event in this update, but maybe next week. It's starting to run out of time. Apparently, the Halloween event is already out in Korea, so they better get on that if they want to keep us up to date like they said they were going to do. But anyways, that's all that we've got for this week's patch, guys. I'm very happy that they were able to solve that big server problem with those early access players getting into everyone's server. I literally had to change my server because it was just impossible for me to compete with 5-10 other guilds that transfer from early access and turn my server into an early access server. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the next one.